So cross the bridge straight down to the alley carry.
Now by that time, nothing more than advances in technology, the Navy decided that if you're going to go up there to look at the view, walk over the glass and have a look down. It's 100 metres down to the water below. And this is White Rider 1, right hand side here, because once we get going, everything you want to look at, the red brick building there, with the stone tower, is called Semaphore Tower, and it's home to Portsmouth VTS, which is the Vessel Traffic Service. They have total control of every vessel's wing of HMS Queen Elizabeth. This is the first of the two Queen Elizabeth class or QEC carriers at 65,000 tonnes. These are the largest carriers built for the Navy, and they were mostly built in Rosyth. 284 metres long, 39 metres wide at the waterline, 73 metres wide up on the top deck. A full quota of aircraft is 36. They can easily manage up to 70. Most of the aircraft carried are the F-35B Lightning II multi-role fighter. The rest is every type of helicopter that the military has. The crew complement 679 people. There's purpose-built accommodation for up to 250 Marines. And if you now add the pilots, the air crew and the technicians, now you've got 1,600 people on board, reaching speeds of 30 knots, operational range 10,000 nautical miles. Now they end up costing £3.2 billion each to build. The Navy expect them to remain in service for another 40 years. Now you can see they're building the big marquees up on top of the Prince of Wales. We're just approaching the north corner. Now the tide is coming back into the harbour slowly. This week the tides aren't very big. In Napoleonic times the harbour ended here, because every time the tide went out, all of this end of Portsmouth Harbour totally dried away, leaving miles of marshland and mudbanks. Now a little bit of it still does this today. Back in those times we had, but the ships will stay for now. Over to the right, Destroyer 33, Dauntless. We have 6 of the Daring class Type 45 guided missile destroyer.
No, you have to stay.
Now we're just coming up to D32. This is HMS Daring. This is the number 1 of the Navy's 6 destroyers. She's just coming to the end of a 3-year-long, multi-million-pound super upgrade. Now all 6 of the destroyers are taking their turn to have this. Now she came back off the big NATO exercise with the Prince of Wales a few weeks ago. The work and the weather and the waves have been beating the ship up a bit. She could do with a good tidy up. There's the guard on the back of the ship. Now if you look on the funnel of the ship, underneath the ship's badge, you'll see the little blue NATO emblem just coming into view now, look. So she is a NATO ship. Now as we get to the bow, the front, you can see the big grey hangar or shed coming into view that says HM Naval Base Portsmouth. Now all of that is BAE Systems. We don't build ships here anymore, but we do have the contract for all the upgrades and the maintenance. And that's why warship dive on this ship they would. Now this tower is the end of the Royal Naval Quay, and you're looking straight down into the commercial port called Portico. Now Portico are the second biggest importer of dredged the harbour over and over so many times. Now if you look all the way over the right hand side, right down the bottom there, there's every outside rotted and decayed timber, right back to the main frame, replacing it with the Millennium. They wanted to call it the Millennium Tower, but from day one of its construction, problem after problem, setback after setback, it's eventually completed in 2000. And over to the right by the Isle of Wight, Nomads, built out of 15-foot thick stone blocks, dropped onto shallow shoals on the seabed. They've each got their own fresh water well. The wells are 401 foot down. The water
Yeah, twins.